it's your girl Jay and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thanks so much for sliding through, and if you're returning, welcome back, girl. Like I've been saying in the past couple of videos, it is fall season, but that does not mean that braid season is over. Braid season is a year-round thing. It's getting cold outside, so I'm here with all of the great fall boho inspo that you can ask for. I do want to say, all you people who tagged me in that boho mohawk, girl, how can... Anyway, so today we are here with the Fulani flip over braids in a bob, because bob season is also here. I love a cute, quaint bob as well. I did the best of both on this because I know that I've been doing a lot of long styles lately. So I do want to come in with something that was a little bit more fun and short. So if you do want to see how I achieve this look, make sure that you do stay tuned. So before we get started, I do want to say thanks to Ywigs for sponsoring today's video. They did send your girl over 2 bundles of their 20-inch deep wave hair. When I tell you, deep wave is like my top 2 favorite textures. Loose deep wave and then deep wave. I just love them so much. I just love that they are a spiral curl versus like a wave, and I just love them so much. And so for this style, we did use the entire 2 bundles. Well, not the entire 2, but this is all that we had left of the bundles. So just let you know, like if you are wanting something a little bit more full, then you might want to opt for 3 bundles. Or if you are just like in this length or in this volume, then yeah, 2 bundles will definitely suffice. So I do want to say thanks again to Ywigs. You guys make sure that you check them out. They have like all the different colors, all the different lengths, different textures. They have weave, they have wigs, they have every single thing that you need. It's like a one-stop shop for all things hair. So I'm gonna have a link down in the description where you can go pick up your deep wave hair for yourself. So yeah, make sure that you click that link. So I do want to go ahead and get into the products and things like that you're going to need today. Today, for this style, not only are you going to need 2 bundles of your deep wave hair, you are going to need a lot of patience. Because when I tell you, when it comes to these Fulani parts and stuff like this, parting is the name of the game. So I do recommend that you have a 3-way mirror. I did use a 3-way mirror in order to complete the style. It would not have been possible without it. I'm not hanging up no mirror, but it would not have been possible. This was even like, this was a lot. So definitely going to need a 3-way mirror. I did use a braiding rack. I did use 1.5 bundles of like out of the braiding pack. This is the brand, it's Expression in the inch 32. I would not recommend getting anything too long because you're gonna have to cut so much in order to achieve the bob. But if you are wanting something that's a lot longer, then I recommend 52 inches. 52 inches is gonna come right to your waist. I am 5'3", so it comes to my waist on me, and then I know they do have like a 72-inch too or whatever. So yeah, I did go in with some foam. I don't know if I said braiding gel already. You want to make sure you have a sturdy rat tail comb, and then anything else that I forgot, I'm going to have down in the description for you. I do recommend that you have some rubber bands and clips. That's going to help you when it comes to parting. And then I did use some rollers. Now the rollers that I used, super tiny, and I did buy 2 packs of 12, and I ended up using all but 2 of the rollers. So I recommend definitely getting some rollers. Opt for the super tiny ones, that way that the curl is super tight and it doesn't start drooping over time. So that is all you're going to need for today's style. So if you do want to see how I achieved this look, and you want to see how it all went down and how long it took and all that stuff like that, then make sure you stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into it. So naturally, we're starting with our hair freshly washed and blown dry. That is like so essential if you want your hair to come out just good. I'm going to my 3-way mirror, and I want to show you guys how I actually use this 3-way mirror, because I know that a lot of people were confused on how can I see the back of my head, and I'm going to show you. So I start by parting down the middle of my head. I do this no matter what the style is because it just makes it a whole lot easier to see in the mirror. And now I'm going to go from the middle of my head to my ear, and then do the same thing on the other side. And now that is how you get the perfect line across your head. So now that we're closer, I'm not going to pre-part my entire head this time, just because I just want to not be in the mirror for a million years. But now that I got that back line good, I'm going to go in with some gel. I'm kind of heavy on the gel just because I like my hair to be really sleek. This is completely optional. You do not have to braid with gel. I know that is kind of controversial online. So I like to start parting with the outer 2 pieces, and then it makes it easier to just go down the middle for that last section. I'm going to tilt the mirror just so I can kind of see that middle part, and as you see, it's like right down the middle. This is 1.5 bundles of hair on the rack. So this is what it actually looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and sit it here. Now, believe it or not, I am right-handed, but I handle with my left hand. So that means that the hair has to sit on my left hand, and I have a high chair that it's just sitting on. It makes it easier for me. When I'm braiding, I do stand up the entire time. I do not sit down at all. This is for me and my clients. I do not sit down. And so I wanted to talk about when I hold my hair on. Now, I actually got this from when I'm doing clients' hair. It's just easier for me to grab from, and then also it's a tripod, so it has like a phone attachment, so it makes it easier for my phone to be there and grab the hair. I like everything to be in a very like small like area. Like I don't want too much space, like, because I don't like to do too much moving or whatever. I just stand up the whole time, I knock it out, and then that's just it. The look that we're going for, I think I said this before, but I did write it down so I wouldn't forget, just in case. So the look that we're going for, we want our hair to land about right here. My hair is a little bit longer, so the little bob, our bob isn't really going to be a bob per se, but I want it to land right here. We are going to have hair at the root of each braid, so that's going to give us our fullness. And then we're going to have 3 pieces of the human hair on each braid as well, except at the top we're going to add 4. And then the hair is 32 inches, so like I said, it's going to land around right here. And to know where I can cut when it's time to take the hair out, I'm going to put knots on the ends. Like I'm going to put knots where my hair ends. So wherever my hair ends, I know when it's time to take it out, that's where I can cut. I don't have to cut all the way down here, nor my hair's not down there. I don't have to worry about cutting my hair. And then I am going to put like little small rollers on every like 2 or 3 braids so that I can just go ahead and have that out the way. I think it's gonna make it a whole lot easier than trying to do it at the end. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. It's 12:30. Yeah, no, I love a little mission. So I'm gonna see if I can get done with this bottom row in 15 minutes. Yeah, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. Truth be told, this did not take me a long time at all. I think I'm about an hour and a half in at this point, and we are really zooming through this. So I said that we're going to start each braid with a piece of the human hair right at the base. This is going to give us volume through like in the inner parts of the hair. You ever seen somebody's hair be braided and then it's like really see-through? If you put the hair at the root, like at the base, that is going to take care of that. My hair is not much shorter than the braiding hair, but it gives us just enough to have that curl at the end. You can kind of see where my hair stops. Now when I'm braiding, I like to flip to a more comfortable position, which is an underhanded position. Just flip the braid and then just add some gel. That's just going to make it look a whole lot more cohesive and make it easier to braid as well. So I'm feeding in the human hair, just braiding it into the actual braid, doing one full braid motion, and then clipping up at the top so that it's not in the way. That is a new way that I've started doing it. I feel like it just helps the braid, it helps the human hair lay better. And so we're going to feed in about 4 pieces of hair. I know that I originally said I was going to feed in 3, but it looks like I've been doing 4. 4 came out really, really good. And so now that we're getting to the ends, I'm going to feed in 1 last piece, flip it right up over the top, and then I need to be adding some gel. As you can tell, I have a little bit of a blunt hair issue going on because I got a trim not too long ago. So I believe that I'm going to go back in with some gel. It's really, really hard doing voiceover sometimes. Yep, that a girl. So I'm going to go back in with some gel just to kind of smooth that in so that the braiding hair matches with my natural hair. You see how it's all more together now. I'm not going to have all that fraying. And now I'm going to go ahead and braid it down. Now once we get right below my natural hair, I'm going to go ahead and take a thin piece of the braiding hair and wrap it around and just knot it. And so you only have to knot it once, and then I'm going to take the small roller and then just roll it up. Whether you roll it up this way or roll it around, same thing, does not matter. But that is how we do our braids. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to go ahead and section off like the braiding areas because we're doing flip over, of course. Okay, so this makes it easier to see. So you see this is going to be individual braids, and then cornrows, cornrows. So let's go ahead and get to it. As you see, this is coming together real cute. So we went in with our first layer of the individual knotless braids. Now you're gonna see my hair is actually gonna change. The first design that I decided to do, I did it and then I went back and changed it later, so I'm not even gonna show you how I did it because I didn't keep it. But I'm just gonna go in with our
another row of the individual braids. You just want to do it just like normal. I put in a piece of hair at the root, and then I'm going to feed in about 4 or 5 pieces on the actual braid. I don't know where I thought I was going to get away with only doing 3, but you're going to go ahead and do that. You guys have seen this a million times, so I'm going to shut up now. Now, when it comes to doing the stitch braids, let me tell you, you have to have so much patience, and it works if you can find like an inspo picture online, something to at least go based off of. When you try to freestyle, you actually spend a lot more time trying to figure out your parting and all that stuff like that. Girl, it is nothing wrong with inspo. So as you see, I'm just gonna start braiding the hair. It's really hard for me to stitch on myself from this point of view, so I just decided to do a regular braid. And you just want to take your time, making sure that before you do another braid motion, you just flatten the next piece that you intend to grab. I feel like braiding from this point of view is actually the easiest, but it's just not easy to stitch, and I want my braid to look really cohesive, so I'm not going to stitch part of it when I can't stitch all of it, basically. And when I say stitch, that just means, you know, when you see those braids and they have like the even lines throughout the braid, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, you just want to make sure that you flatten the piece that you decide to grab before you grab it, and that's going to keep that braid looking nice and thin. And I should have probably added some gel towards the end, but I do believe I do go in and redo that end part so it's not as thick. So we're going to do that same thing, and this time you want the braid to start at the middle of where the last braid was. As you see, that just gives it that nice little sharp design. I'm not adding any human hair in because my hair is already thick. I actually don't think I would have had any braiding hair regardless. I like when the braids look kind of thin. Again, that's a preference thing. I just love a boneless look. I think it just looks so sleek, so flat. Now adding in the braiding hair will make it last longer, but I just feel like it makes it look more chunky, and it's a lot harder to do when you're using your when you're doing it yourself. And as y'all see, my neck is kind of hurting, so that's why I did a little stretch. But now I'm going to switch to like braiding overhanded, and this is what I was saying. I can stitch like this, but I can't stitch from the other point of view, if that makes sense. So I'm going to continue on doing this. I don't have a specific pattern in mind. I'm just kind of going with whatever comes to me. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. You can follow this pattern. There are a ton online as well, but I feel like this one was probably just going to be the easiest for me to do and the quickest, because this can take a long time.
And just like that, we are back. You guys know no hairstyle is complete unless you know what it looks like when your face is beat. So the makeup is popping. So I'm about to go ahead and get some hot water so we can dip the ends. I'm going to collect all of the human hair out the way, just so, like, you know, it's not getting dipped, because it doesn't make sense to get it dipped. I'm about to cut it. So we're just going to collect all of the rollers, basically, so that it's just easier to dip it all at once. And then you guys know I do not believe in dipping my natural hairs, so I want to make sure that I'm not dipping too high, and that I am getting, of course, all of the rollers. I'm just gonna go ahead and trim. I think I'm gonna trim to like right about here at first, and then if we need to trim any higher or anything like that, we can do that. But it's the idea is that it's like super blunt. See what I'm saying? But real quick, I think I am gonna add a little bit of foam. I normally don't like to do too much foam, but I'm gonna do something. Because we have braids, I did my edges, so I need to make sure I don't get anything on those. And this is the Shine and Jam Magic Fingers foam. Y'all know I love the whole line. Like, the whole line just works so good, and I don't know, I just love it so much. So yeah, we're just refreshing the curls, making sure they're cute and all that. And I like to go right on top of the foam. I'm so happy with the results. Let's see what it looks like all flipped over. The Fulani flip over look, in my opinion, is just so cute because you can do so much with it. Like, you see Do you see the vision, girl? And just look. So fire. So fire. Love it. Hope this video was a good inspo for you during this fall season. I know that Thanksgiving is right around the corner. This is the perfect hairstyle to wear to your mama house or wear to your man mama house. Such a beautiful style. So I do want to say thanks again to Ywigs for sponsoring today's video. Hope this video was helpful, and do not forget to subscribe. I think I'm actually going to do a 20K giveaway because we hit 20K. So stay tuned for that. I think that we're actually gonna do it this time. I know I said I was gonna do it at 10, but 20 is here now, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So be on the lookout. Make sure that you're following me on socials, and make sure that you're following Ywigs as well. All right, y'all, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.